Hi guys, it's Peter. So it's some time that I was, recording the live session from live casino today. So I wanna continue again, but I like to change a little bit the approach because then I was last sessions mostly recording that I am using my favorite pattern 0, 10, 20, 30, and I was observing the table and betting on these 4 numbers. But it becomes a little bit boring because it's still repeating the same approach, so I a little bit want to change that. And right now, so I want to use my VRSEDGE app. I want to analyze the outcomes of the table live roulette and then think and give you some hints what might be possible option to bet on and so on. So I already generated 40 numbers on a live casino. You can see here the setup. Also I entered these 40 numbers in VRSEDGE app. Currently what we can see here is that there is some kind of high danger of repeat rule if we consider 1 degree of freedom, so that might be a good idea to leave the table, but we currently are not playing any special pattern, so there is no need to use this rule right now. And what we can see here from analysis, so what is really quite interesting and is maybe this part. So you can see then 3, 13, 23 and 33, these 4 numbers, currently non-hit 38 and standard deviation, the first standard deviation is already 2. So even after 40 spins, just analyzing what is happening, so I would say maybe it would be a good option to bet on these 4 numbers. So I will generate the other numbers right now, but I will be not betting as it is, let's say, some kind of trial or test situation to show you how you can use VRSEDGE app from live casino, and we'll see whether these 4 numbers will come soon. So we could normally play, let's say, 25 rounds of progression. So currently it's 40 spins, then these numbers didn't hit, they show up. So based on the standard deviation 1, I would say there's a high probability then this can be successful. So let's see whether our idea now to bet on these 4 numbers would bring us the profit within, let's say, 20 next spins. If yes, this you can have a good hint what to do and what to bet on. Currently you can see then these 4 numbers are already reaching the second standard deviation. At least 1 hit should be there, and there is the one. So you can see now I stop the generating the numbers, and you can see what happened. We were saying then, based on this analysis and standard deviation for these 4 numbers, it was already reaching the second standard deviation. At least 1 hit should be expected, and which means in 95%, let's say, confidence level, we should have at least 1 hit currently, and immediately once we reach the second standard deviation, number 3 came. So this is quite good idea, and I like very much the standard deviation. So once, because VRSEDGE app is showing if it is green, so it's saying it's already at least 1 hit should be already. If it is the second standard deviation, it's a little bit darker green, and if this would be even the third standard deviation, even darkest green ever. So but it's not so often happening. This standard deviation number 3 is not, let's say, appearing so often, but you can see here this is quite a good idea considering the standard deviation 1 and 2 for, let's say, all these predefined numbers pattern. It's quite a good idea to use the VRSEDGE app during live session, and once you see the opportunity like we did right now, bet on that. So it was our idea, and I think this is quite interesting tool how we can use it and play. So let's see, maybe let's generate a little bit, a few numbers, let's say use next 2 minutes of recording, and let's see what's going on, and maybe we can come up with some other ideas what we might bet on. You can see then also VRS ratios are changing. Currently number 1 has already reached 2, which is quite, it's not so high, but also already interesting. And you can combine it. You can combine if you can see the street is already highlighted, which means it's not, let's say, appearing based on the average, and also these numbers, they have a high VRS ratio, which is the green color, then you can really consider start betting on that. And this is again quite helpful idea for your system or strategy if you are looking for the right one. So let's see what's going on. We can see then currently this street 7, 8 and 9, non-hit 36. This is quite high already. We know that's 3 numbers. Simply it's easy, then they don't show up. 100 spins, this is quite possible, so I'm saying it's better to be careful. So maybe it's too early to bet on these 3 numbers, but again, it might be our candidates very soon. But you can see the number 7 and 9 simply didn't show up the whole time, so it might be a bit risky to bet right now on these 3 numbers, but that might be our potential candidates for the next betting. Or we can wait once of these 3 numbers for this street will hit and then start betting on this street. This is quite possible as well, like your idea for system. All this can be measured in VRSEDGE App. So you can see here then currently this pattern 1, 11, 21 and 31 are also reaching the standard deviation. For a standard deviation, at least 1 appearance should be there based on the statistics, and we can see whether this will be successful soon or not. But it's maybe too early to bet, but it's good, then you are observing all of these patterns at the same time, so you can always have a good opportunities to bet on something. We always have this high danger of repeat rule, but as we don't have a special pattern, so it's quite okay to continue and analyze the game, entering the numbers. Now we can see then the danger is lower. It's just low danger, so it's just saying might be a chance for the 1 degree of freedom room, but low danger is not saying leave the table immediately. So we can see the number 27 is very often coming. This is quite interesting. But again, so I think I mentioned this 4 numbers 1, 11, 21, 31. So as we are now generating more and more numbers, it's looking more and more interesting. So currently the first standard deviation is already 2, minimum 2 appearance we should have. So I will slowly consider betting on these 4 numbers like here based on the VRSEDGE app. So I will generate just a few more numbers to give you impression how you can use VRSEDGE app and how it is a helpful tool. As I said, I'm using this tool all the time when I play because it helps me to keep all emotions under control and also focus on the game. I'm entering numbers, I'm quite relaxed because I know that the app is calculating everything on behalf of me, and I can focus what is happening on the table and prepare my bets and strategy for the table. So we can see now, I would say this is a good time to start betting on these 4 numbers. I'm a big fan of the standard deviation, so right now I would say it's 14 on hit and standard deviation is 2, and so I would definitely recommend to start betting here. So as we are recording 9 minutes, so I'd like to thank you very much for watching and see you next time. Bye bye.